Yo, 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 good morning. Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt. Jersey Shore, check it out. So this video picks up with the third noble truth is the end of suffering. So I mentioned in the last video that suffering begins when we attach to a fixed idea of a permanent self, its pursuit of pleasure and its aversion to pain. Now let's look at suffering ends when we break attachment. This is not indifference or detachment. It's a state of non-attached awareness where we're able to be with experience till its natural conclusion without trying to prematurely end it or abnormally prolong it, which simply means we don't pursue and avoid. When we're experiencing pleasure, we enjoy it till it's over. When we're face pain, we don't avoid it. We experience it till it's over. Everything will end. But we try to control that. When pleasure's present, we try to cling to it. If it's starting to leave, we pursue it and chase it down, trying to recreate it or hold on to it. And that's what causes us to suffer. When pain is present, if we avoid it, we compound it into suffering. So breaking attachment is the end of suffering. Easily said, hard to do. So let me speak on that a little. There's a lot of teachings involved with breaking attachment. Renunciation, understanding the cause, the chain of causation and interdependent origination, the 12 links, things like that. And I'm going to get into that in future videos as we go deeper into the path. But right now, breaking attachment. Let's key in on that. It says we're already attached. We have to break it. So this is an important nuance to recognize. Practice. We're not perfect. We will get attached, and we will need to break it. Right. So if we're attached, it's not a horrible thing. We're not bad people, or we're not practicing poorly. We're just suffering. Bad word. Not suffering. We're subject to the experience of the human condition, which will always get attached and entangled. Right. So what we do have some control over is we can break attachment at first engagement with unwholesome thoughts and actions. Minutes later, hours later, days later, months later, years later. And anytime we break attachment, it's a good thing because we're moving forward. Baby steps are better than getting knocked backwards. But think about how many years we've spent perpetuating habitual thoughts, unhealthy, unwholesome thoughts, and habitual reactions to them. So, we have patterns that we've ingrained for years. Sometimes it takes longer or just as long. It doesn't have to, but sometimes it does to break free from them. So, breaking attachment takes redirecting our will through effort and energy and intention. But it does require action. And anytime we break attachment's good. And of course, we want to break attachment in the most spiritually sound way possible, let's say. And what I mean by that is it's great when we could take that kind of spiritual high road and we're breaking attachment almost instantaneously when it starts, or minutes, or very quickly we're breaking attachment, and we're doing so with really healthy stuff like picking up sacred literature and reading it, listening to a Dharma talk, sitting down on the cushion and meditating, calling a spiritual mentor to talk about it, contemplating. All these spiritual actions to break attachment and literally rewire the mind, create new neuronal pathways that when they fire, create new healthy behavior. But sometimes simply doing our worst is our best. And I don't mean that acting out in a harmful way. What I mean is, sometimes we got to grind our teeth, clench our fists, and hang on for dear life and just not do what we so badly want to act out. And maybe we're about to act out and we go to an extreme not to act out. So an example I like to give is picture someone that's in recovery. They want to drink and they're standing there with an open bottle. They're about to put it to their lips and drink, and they don't. They redirect their energy and they throw the bottle across the room and smash it against the wall. The most healthy way to deal with it? No, of course not. But is it good? Is it is it leading to wellness by not acting out what we want to? Absolutely. So maybe the next time there's an easier, healthier way to respond. But really, sometimes we're at our best when we're not even thinking about acting out harmfully. And sometimes we're at our best when we're about to, and through whatever means possible, we don't. And by whatever means, I don't mean something that harms someone else or harms ourselves in another way. It's just, it's really more of an act of desperation. So I'll leave it at that. So there's a lot involved with breaking attachment. I just wanted to kind of skim the surface on it. The next videos we'll get into, we'll start with the fourth noble truth, which that is there's a way or a path to the end of suffering. So what the teachings say is suffering exists, there's a beginning to it, an end to it, and here's how you get to the end to it. And it's known as the Eightfold Path or the Eight Practice Path. And I'm going to split it up. First two will be one video, the next three will be another, the next three will be another. And then within all those videos, we're going to be covering a lot of the skill set of breaking attachment and preventing and avoiding suffering as well. So I hope this was helpful, and hope you're having a great maggot-free day above the dirt, and peace out.